Dominick Reyes did an interview on MMA Junkie, and he said that Jon Jones will talk tough on Twitter. He'll talk tough in front of anyone that'll listen to him. But when he's confronted with a contract, he will not sign it. He used the word, he is hesitant. I actually like that he used that word. He said, UFC's on board, and he said, I am on board. Jon Jones is hesitant. Well, first off, let me start at the very beginning with my first thought. Every time Dominick Reyes speaks, every time, I'm interested. Dominick Reyes, I'm not sure, even has the ability within him to not be a real guy who gives you some kind of behind-the-scenes information that you believe to be sincere, true, and accurate. And it's also interesting, which pisses me off about Dominick Reyes because he almost never talks. This guy is batting 100% when he does an interview, and you gotta wait a month between interviews. And I don't know why. I don't know if people aren't calling him. I don't know if he doesn't answer his phone. I don't realize maybe he's got an anxiety and likes it and doesn't do it. Maybe he doesn't know how good he is. Dominick Reyes is made to be interviewed, particularly on camera. The dude's handsome. The dude's young. The dude speaks well. Oh, and by the way, he happens to be interesting. It drives me crazy how little Dominick Reyes we have for as good as Dominick Reyes is. I'm not talking about his skills. We got that. I'm talking about coming out and getting people interested. Of course, I want to see that rematch. There's no fight for Jon Jones that I want to see more right now than Dominick Reyes, and I feel like I'm speaking for us all. Yes, that's the fight to make. There's no wonder Dominick is now revealing to us that that's the fight they're trying to make. There's no wonder. But it drives me bonkers that Dominick doesn't understand. He's a very interesting guy. I'd be as mad as I want. I'm giving him a compliment. We need a little bit more. Okay, now let's break down what he said. Is Jon being hesitant? Yes, I would take that as sincere. Is Jon wrong to be hesitant? No, I don't think so. I realize that playground rules work, and Jon Jones always comes around. This isn't the first time he said no to something, but then he agrees to it, right? He's the champion of the world that would like to go fight. If he is not offered another fight, he's going to agree. Multiple reasons Jon is going to agree to this. I'm just sharing with you one. If this is the only fight you're getting offered, you're going to have to go do the fight. But if Jon wanted to say, hold on just a second, let me give you another idea, okay? Blachowicz is every bit the contender that Dominick is, and Blachowicz fought more recently. Blachowicz won more decisively. He's coming off a win. You're asking me to fight Dominick, he's coming off a loss. Not a terrible argument. It's not the world's greatest argument when it's Dom's one and only loss and people thought he won, and by the way, it was for a world championship. But it's not a bad argument. And if Jon said, I'm looking for new blood. I'm not looking to look back at a record that I had where I fought the same guy multiple times. I want to fight the new and fresh guys. It's not a bad strategy, particularly if he added the truth, which is, I barely won that fight. That was a very hard fight. I barely won it. But guess what, guys? I did win it. I did win it. Don't come out and tell me I'm scared to do something that I've already done. And don't come out and think you're going to make a sucker's argument and telling me I can't beat a guy who I just beat. Those are strong points by Jon. I have a feeling he's not making those points. I have a feeling he's probably acting more like, Dominick, come on. Yeah, I had a couple bad rounds, I came back. Give me Blachowicz, there's a real challenge. Probably trying to play the wrong psychological games. He would be a lot better to come clean because there is nothing wrong with that answer. I barely got through it. That was one tough night out. But accept the result because I did get through it and I'm going to move on. We'll see where all this goes. My larger point to Dominick Reyes. You are doing something wrong, my friend. I don't know if you just don't answer your phone. I don't know if you don't respond to text messages. I don't know what it is, but there's no way that people aren't reaching out to you for interviews. Perhaps you just don't like to do them. Maybe you got a little Nick Diaz inside you and you just don't enjoy doing that stuff. You're very good at it. And every time you do it, you get closer to what you want. You come out and use a word like hesitant. Hesitant is a great word to use about Jon Jones. That's not insulting. There's not childish right there. That's not you crying because you didn't get your way. Hesitant? It's a great word. It made for a great headline. And it made me more interested in a fight that I already wanted to see.